Hello and welcome. I'm Andrew.
There he is, the blue headgear, beautiful man. Welcome everyone. This is the 2026 NRL season, Road to Glory. I'm being the St. George Illawarra Dragons in this one. I can't continue to watch what they're doing week after week. I feel so bad for their suffering fans. I thought to myself, you know what, I've got to do something about that. And this will be the Dragons' road to glory in the 2026 NRL season. I've brought in a bit of help with the recruitment of SideQuest No Rest in the blue headgear, because the Dragons' halves at the moment are an absolute schmozzle. My thinking is, you know what, if the Dragons fans can't enjoy their team's performances in the real world, hopefully we can do something a bit special in this virtual world. As we make a breakthrough, Atkinson straight away.
Good pressure from the chasers.
Kalen Ponga is running next to me, and he's going to smoke him. That's not a try, that's a miracle. And after 7 minutes, the Dragons go through to score. I think I did set SideQuest as my goal kicker, because this bloke can apparently do everything. Look at that. He's a little bit lighter than I am and a bit more handsome, but the blue headgear is synonymous with myself. So doing what we can to give the Dragons the best shot of winning this competition. I think with these videos, so I'm starting from scratch. This is actually the first trial game from the year, so the intention moving forward is week by week. It'll be a weekly sort of video series.
Nice step.
Good run. With the games mirroring those that the Dragons play in the NRL.
Still trying to make
I think with this first one, I'll try and knock over 1 or 2 trials. I'll pump out a few videos this week just because I do want it to be the weekly videos, as I said, mirroring the real world games. But as well, with the comments in these things, I want to make it interactive. If you guys have any questions about rugby league, about life, about the top 8, best player, worst player, predictions, all that good stuff, I'll be reading all the comments in each subsequent following video. Really looking to build a good community with this video series. Again, focused on the Dragons, but with all things we can chat rugby league holistically, and yeah, just have a good time. And I first had the idea to do this series after watching the Dragons get pumped in the Anzac Day game against the Roosters. We didn't pull the trigger, but then yesterday I watched them get absolutely embarrassed by the Knights.
Not able to break through the strong defense.
And seeing that game, I thought, you know what, we've got to do something. I can't sit by and watch this poor fan base continue this run.
Down he goes.
And aren't the home fans happy about it?
Looks and turns the ball inside.
I may make some modifications throughout the series based on the half length, based on the difficulty,
absolutely blistering.
But yeah, just seeing how the rhythm flows for this first video. As a giveaway, a high tackle, great discipline there.
They've made a brave call to go
so at the moment,
touch.
I'm playing on the second lowest difficulty, which I think might be rookie, or it's amateur. It's one of those two. And my half length is set for the lowest 3, just so I can burn through these initial trials and the first 9 games of the season.
This is the perfect position to start their set.
Get that
They'll be looking to capitalise from now.
Release for the games in real life.
Beautiful.
Feeds it on.
But yeah, it's
nice pass.
It's worrying for the Dragons at the moment. You think,
bang! What a tackle!
I keep reading, like Shane Flanagan was the problem. They ousted him, which is good. I think they had to make that decision. But now Dean Young, he's already obviously inherited the same roster. But they haven't looked better. They've probably looked worse, in all honesty. And Dean Young was a part of that coaching staff regardless when Shane Flanagan was there. So I don't know if they've made the correct call in appointing him as the interim coach. But people smarter than I making a lot more money than I have made that call. So
the opposition will be interesting to see how the ball spilled there.
Young and the team can bounce back over the next couple of games. He's been in the spot for a couple of weeks now. But yeah, as I said, the Dragons really haven't
up on the 40-metre line. That's one.
2 minutes before half-time.
Comes up with a play the ball. Atkinson.
Do something here. No, we can't. We dropped the ball. See, now I'm playing like the Dragons in real life.
Furious with himself there, and rightly so.
Wait. Okay. I will take that. No idea how that was not my knock-on.
Fine support inside.
The refs are smiling upon me this game so far.
Wrestling him towards the sideline.
Bro, the blue headgear makes me laugh.
The first half is
all right, half-time, 6-0. You know what? It's a trial. It does not mean much. But we want to start this season on the right foot. So if we can jag a close-fought victory against the Knights, I'll take it. Particularly given what happened on the weekend. Nearly getting 50 put on the Drags.
Again. Brown There to field the kick.
Oh my God, bro. And I make no bones about it. I'm really bad at this game. So
And almost speaks the
if you have any tips or suggestions for me to play better, I'm always open to learning and being a bit better at this
Referee
game.
shouting hell.
Who's going to make the big run in this set to ease the pressure?
Brown.
Well done.
And yeah, if there's anything that, you know, if
Unable
anyone
to
ends up
break
watching
through.
this video.
Halfway
and,
through the count.
Where's the dummy half? Okay, there we go.
Fine
If
support.
anyone watches this thing, great hit.
Tackle.
Has any
Ooh,
ideas
that
for things you
hurts.
want to
Knock
see?
on.
As I said,
The
topics of
opposition cannot
conversation,
believe they're
questions you
getting the ball
have.
here. Golden opportunity.
Pretty much an open book. I do love my rugby league. Watch every single game of
good
every
ball.
single round.
Loops it long.
And if you're a
They're
Dragons fan,
closing
I'd
in.
love to hear your thoughts. Where is it going so
Captured
wrong
by
this
the
year?
defence.
Do you see any
The
improvements?
attack
Are you
just
aware
not
of any
effective at
juniors
the
coming
moment.
through the ranks that
Croker.
might sort of give you a bit of hope or optimism for the future?
The
'Cause
Knights
as I said,
throwing
I am a
themselves
tragic
against
Manly
the
Seagulls
defensive
fan.
line, unable to break
Absolutely
through.
loving life under Cosball at the
Outstanding
moment.
defence here.
But I don't
The
really
Knights are
know too
going
much behind the
backwards.
scenes with the Dragons. So very curious to see
That's good, getting
you
to
know,
the loose
what's
ball.
happening now and in the future
Weaves
potentially.
his way through that tackle.
I did just see
Gutherson
not
with
Gutho, sorry,
momentum.
Cookie signed
He's
overseas,
wound
which
up
would be an
on this
interesting
run.
change. I really rate Little. I think he's a quality dummy
Tries a back
half.
pass inside.
Whether he's got those 80
Tosses
minutes
this one
at the
wide.
moment, I don't know. Go side quest.
Pitch.
Run, brother.
Burst through the line.
Run, brother.
Running
That's not a
and
try. That's
running
a...
and
Oh,
running.
jeez, I thought it went out there.
What's going on
Very
here?
lucky. I thought it was...
He's
I
run
did go out.
straight into touch.
Oh, my God, man.
And up to the 20-minute line for the restart.
That's what happens when you're cocky and arrogant.
Ball and all tackle.
The blue headgear covers your eyes so you don't know where the corner post is. I
Lays
don't know
it
why
off.
he didn't hit the dive of the
Croker.
corner.
I
I don't want to blame the coaching because that's
Safer
me.
option
And I don't want to
taken.
blame the player because
Quick
that's
with
me
the
as well.
pass.
So I don't know what to blame there.
And he'll be forced to play it. Gives it on. Croker.
Bro, that's
That's a
an
good ball
unforgivable
and all
error.
tackle.
Takes the safe option.
Works it on. They scramble
Oh,
to get
great
possession.
steal. Who's that? Dylan
Wrapped
Egan.
up on the 30-minute
Quality
line.
steal there. We're back on the
Definitely
attack.
an
14
opportunity
minutes.
there.
40 minutes left to
Passes
go in this
inside.
half.
A snappy
Why's my
pass.
halfback standing back there? having a
Sully.
picnic?
They force him back. Crashes to the
Run
ground.
some shape. Let's do something, Dragons. Give the fans something to cheer
Cut
about,
out
please.
ball. Peach.
My biggest fear is
Hands
that I
off,
lose in these
and
games.
passes long.
And
Home.
this series just replicates real life where the Dragons aren't doing amazing in the real world.
He's
And they get
shut
pumped in
down
this
there
game
by
too.
the
I'm
defence.
really going to try and avoid that
That's
happening.
3. Cook has a look and then runs from
Oh,
dummy
good
half.
ball.
Does well to keep it alive.
Great pass.
Peach
Go side quest. Go for the
through
corner,
the
big
first line
fella.
of defence.
Okay, we go.
Gets the 4-pointer.
No. I thought it was going to run out again.
That was a very good
Okay.
try. Everyone
We'll
was
take
up
that.
applauding that effort. Even the opposition supporters.
10-0.
It'll look
Take me back to
even
those
better
days
on the
with
replay.
40, 38
Needs
scorelines
everything right
every
as he
round
lines
now.
up the conversion.
A very tough kick, but he wouldn't be out there
Oh,
if he wasn't
bro,
up to the
bad
challenge.
kick side quest.
Unable to
You
get the extra
muppet.
2. Shame that.
With 6 minutes to go in this second half, in this
Kicks
first
long.
trial game of our 2026 Road to Glory season.
Good position.
Pretty confident
He's
we're
there
going to
for
get
the
the
kick.
W, which is
Cuts
good.
out a few of his teammates.
Dragons fans, feel free to give me your
Wide is the
thoughts.
ball.
As I said, around the season, your hopes,
Held as the call
expectations,
from the
fears,
referee.
and for all
First
rugby
tackle
league fans,
there.
if you've got any questions or thoughts on the season so far,
That's a clever
questions
pass.
for me, I'll be
Holmes spills the ball.
I'll be glad to
drops
answer them
his
in
lock.
every video moving forward. So it
Forming
won't
up
just
for
be
the
me
scrum.
commentating the games. Happy to share my thoughts and opinions. Not that anyone asked for them, but
Gets
definitely
the ball
keen to
inside.
speak more about footy in general.
He
And,
puts on the bear hug in that
hopefully
tackle.
This is an
First tackle
interesting,
up.
I guess,
Delivering
10-minute
the short
bite-sized
ball.
video series of
That,
the
folks,
Dragon season
is the
and all the
full-time
great
side.
things that make rugby league
The
the most
opportunity
brilliant
to
game of
score
all
is
time.
still on.
Dragons win our first
Referee
trial,
blows
10
full
points to nil.
time.
We
It's all
bagged the
over.
2
Match is
pre-season
over,
competition
Cameron.
points.
What did you think?
The
As
Dragons
always, full
have
credit
picked
to the
up the win
boys.
tonight.
I'll drop another one of
Solid
these
display of
pretty
rugby
soon
league
as
here.
I'm trying to pump
and
through
have
the
come away
first
with a
10
very
rounds.
good victory.
Well, Cameron,
But thanks for
it's time
joining.
to say au
Happy to
revoir.
answer any
We'll be
questions
back next
and
time
have a
with
tremendous
more
week.
rugby.